It's a hot day. I took a little road trip. Had to go sign some papers. I'm sweating. Yes. It's just hot. I didn't realize it was that hot. I've got conditioned because I've been outside a lot over the last several months. You know, I've been in a different position than most people. I've been able to see things in a different way for over 10 years. Yeah, over that amount. Like someone standing in a shark tower, observation tower, watching everything in the country and watching the public and watching society and seeing everything going on. No wife, no children, no companion, no just watching all that stuff like it's a job. It looks quite a bit different when you're not in a rat race. Oh, it looks quite a bit different. Yes. What I've always wanted to see growing up, I never spoke about it. It was an unspoken thing. It was all to myself. But it was in my heart to see structure, foundation, and morals, integrity, and decency all increase and degeneracy decrease as I got older. And I've seen the complete opposite of it, the complete opposite, to where now bad stuff is being defended. That's right, bad things are being defended. Yeah, I saw all that. Standards are getting lowered. More and more is acceptable. It shouldn't be. Less and less is decent. No accountability. And at the same time, degeneracy is increasing. Not only is it increasing, it's being freaking subsidized. They subsidizing degeneracy everywhere. Nobody wants to say anything. No, Mark, don't say a word. Don't say. Man's been conditioned with crutch words to be scared to speak. Walk on eggshells for decades. Don't say a peep. If you speak the truth, you'll be stoned to death. I don't care about that. Those crutch words don't work on me because I can logically just destroy anybody with them, using them. But that's what they do. You're a hater. You're judgmental. You're a homophobe. You're a racist. Use all that stuff and people are scared to speak. The First Amendment's freedom of speech, but what you got in this country right now, there's no freedom of speech, not without consequences. No, you could get fired for giving your opinion. Yeah, they could fire you. No, there's no freedom of speech, not without consequences. You could have an opinion, and someone classifies it as hate speech because they don't like it, even though it doesn't have anything to do with hate. They interpret it saying it's hate. You've had people get appointed in law, reinterpreting law, knowing exactly what it means and reinterpreting it for their benefit, to work in their favor. That kind of stuff is just the decay of your species in morals, foundation, integrity, everything gone. It's what that is. All the bad stuff that's going on right now in the country, all this chaos and stuff going on, it's all being funded by communists and Marxists. And the media doesn't let anybody know. No. They don't say who's behind all of it. No, they don't do it. They hide it. They're supposed to work in the best interest of the people. That's why they were created. They're working in the best interest of the people behind the curtains, pulling the strings of the puppets. It's incredible. It really is. There's so much lying going on in this country. This planet's 70-something% water. They got more lying going on than they got water. That's right. As much lying as air. Pitiful. It's sad. Subsidizing degeneracy. I remember as a child, adults talking about what was going to happen with all the birth control and everything. You're going to have babies being born with no families. No one's going to raise the kids. They're not going to have foundation and morals, structure. It doesn't take long either. But there's no families, no principles instilled growing up, nothing. And then several decades later, you got all these people running around, don't care about anything. No, they don't stand for anything. They don't care about anything. They say, you can do whatever they want as long as it doesn't bother me. Do whatever you want. Don't stand for anything at all. That doesn't take long. Oh no, it doesn't take long. I always said, because of the youth, you can affect the youth so much with manipulation and brainwashing. And the technology they have now, people are getting away their memories down to a week now. They can't even remember 2 months ago. They don't look at the big picture. The technology that's been developed over the last century has been used more for negative than good. That's right. It's used for some good, but it's being used for more negative to condition man in a negative way overall. I tell you, they don't even realize some of this stuff. You know, broadcasting, movies, all that stuff, that started in the last century. Before, they never existed since man's been on the planet. They don't even stop to think about that. The amount, if you go to the 50s, when TV was introduced, and look at how much they've lowered the moral standard of man from then to now. What was acceptable back then to now? Look what they've done in that short a period of time. Really, that's incredible to me. It really is. I don't care about sports and all. I care about this because this matters for the long-term good of your species. Not all that superficial stuff, but nobody wants to talk about it. It's like a bunch of adult children. They're scared to talk about it all because someone's going to get mad. Personally, I stand for morals, integrity, foundation, ethics, all that stuff. Not the opposite. If people want to promote the sin of man and the devil, I don't want nothing to do with them. No. They even try to twist the words of Christ. You should love your neighbor as yourself. Yeah, but look at the word neighbor, what it means. It doesn't say love evil as yourself. No, it doesn't say that. Yeah, I've heard the teachings of Christ twisted to use in defense of sin. Yeah, that's right. It's incredible. It's sad to see it. And people, I can't do anything. Yeah, you can. You can influence people that are ignorant to what's going on. That's what you can do. Ignorance isn't stupidity. Ignorance is not knowing something. You could be super intelligent in other things and be totally ignorant in something else. I tell you what, it's quite a bit different when you're looking at it from my perspective, as long as I've seen it. Oh, it's quite a bit different. Thing is, I can't lie. I can't be like that. I can't live in denial about what's going on. That dismissing, that's a lot of why it is the way it is right now. It's sad to see. It really is. My goodness. I'm going to have to go look at some flowers now. Communism. Marxism. Not good. You know, I think about the wealthiest people on the planet. You know what gets me about the people chasing power? It really gets me when I stop and think about it. Because I don't care about all that. That's not gonna make my hand waver. Somebody worth $1 trillion, I don't care about that. It's all this power trip. They'll chase power till they're dead. They'll chase it all the way to the ground. What is that about when you're analyzing it? Really? They act as if they're going to live 5 centuries past everyone else. No, I don't think so. But that's the way they behave. That's just straight following the devil. Why would you chase that all the way to the ground? Really? You think you'd enjoy your life, wouldn't you? I don't get that. But I do when you're chasing the devil. And that's all they're about. And having power and all that stuff. Man, you better get a big plot the size of a football field. Bury everything with you. It ain't going with you anywhere. None of it is. None. Zero. You know why I say that? I'm sure of it. Look at all the stuff they buried with King Tut. Did it follow him the way he was going? No. You know where it went? It went on display so you could stand behind a rope and pay to look at it. That's where it went. How about that? Have a nice day.